Alexandra Eala handed tough Abu Dhabi draw with Australian Open history maker awaiting in round 1. After her appearance at the historic Philippine Women's Open, Alexandra Eala will now play the Abu Dhabi Open. Eala has been awarded a wild card for the WTA 500 event, following her incredible popularity at the Australian Open. Fans queued outside for hours to watch Eala's first-round Australian Open match against Alicia Parks, which she lost in 3 sets. The star has now found out who she will play at the Abu Dhabi Open, and she has been given another difficult run. Alexandra Eala drawn against Zeynep Sonmez in Abu Dhabi first round. Eala has been drawn in the bottom half of the Abu Dhabi, and she will play Zeynep Sonmez in the first round. Sonmez is ranked over 30 places below Eala, but she is coming into the WTA 500 event brimming with confidence. The star enjoyed a breakout Australian Open after qualifying for the Melbourne event, and she even made history for her nation. Her victory against Ekaterina Alexandrova saw her become the first Turkish woman to win a match at the Grand Slam. Sonmez continued her run by picking up another win against Anna Bonda, before she lost to Yulia Putintseva in 3 sets. Eala will be the favorite to come through the contest, but it will certainly be a tough task for the 20-year-old Filipina star. Even if she does get through the contest, a whole host of difficult names could await her in the latter stages. Alexandra Eala's difficult route through the Abu Dhabi Open. A whole host of high-profile names have signed up for the Abu Dhabi Open, and several of them have been drawn in the bottom half alongside Eala. If Eala beats Sonmez in the first round, a round of 16 match with Paula Badosa looks like it could be on the cards. Second seed Alexandrova could follow in the last 8, while Emma Navarro and Ludmila Samsonova could be next in the semifinals. If Eala reaches her first WTA final since the Guadalajara Open last year, it will likely be against informed Belinda Bencic or Clara Tauson. Eala will fancy her chances against Tauson, in particular, however, as she defeated the star in the first round of the 2025 US Open. In Abu Dhabi, where the desert light hits the courts like a second sun and the margins between promise and proof feel razor-thin, Alexandra Eala unfolds a path and sees it immediately. A first-round meeting with an Australian Open history maker. Not a tune-up. Not a gentle easing into the tournament. A test. A message. A door that does not open politely. You have to push. For Eala, this is familiar territory. At just 19, the Filipina has already learned that tennis rarely waits for you to feel ready. It introduces you to the deep end daily, watches quietly, and notes whether you swim or sink. Abu Dhabi, with its pristine courts and quietly ruthless field, offers no exemptions for youth, no sympathy for potential. Only the ball. Only the next point. The opponent across the net carries history in her racket. The words Australian Open follow her name like a title, etched by long nights under Melbourne lights, by matches that bent and broke others before refusing to break her. Grand Slam history is not loud. It hums. It sits in the shoulders, in the calm walk to the baseline, in the way champions accept pressure as a given rather than an inconvenience. That is what waits in round 1. For Eala, the matchup feels less like a draw and more like a question. How real is this dream to you? A career written in brackets. Alexandra Eala's journey has always been bracketed by expectations. First, as the prodigy from Quezon City with the smooth lefty swing and the fearless court sense. Then, as the Rafael Nadal Academy graduate whose name seemed permanently followed by the word future. Junior Grand Slam champion. Flag bearer for Philippine tennis. A promise still unfolding. But professional tennis does not reward resumes. It rewards presence. Every tournament is a confrontation with who you are right now, not who you were predicted to become. And Abu Dhabi, positioned early in the season, is where ambition meets reality before excuses have time to form. Bodies are fresh. Belief is high. So is the level. Eala arrives knowing that she will not be given time to settle. The history maker across the net has seen nerves before. She has fed on them. She has waited patiently for the moment when a young opponent blinks first. And yet, there is something dangerous about a player with nothing to lose. The weight of first round. First rounds are deceptive. They carry none of the glamour of finals, none of the romantic language of late-round runs. But they are where tournaments reveal their character, where dreams are either permitted to breathe or suffocated quickly and efficiently. For Eala, the first round in Abu Dhabi is not about rankings or points or headlines, though all of those linger in the background like shadows. It is about standing across from someone who has already lived the life she is chasing and deciding not to shrink. This is where the mental arithmetic begins. Can I match her pace? Can I handle the weight of her returns? Can I live with my mistakes? The answers won't come in words. They will come in footwork, in shot selection, in the courage to go down the line when safety whispers cross-court. History on one side, hunger on the other. The Australian Open history maker brings experience forged in 5-set marathons, in the chaos of packed stadiums, in moments when the world seemed to tilt. She knows how to close. She knows how to survive. She knows how to wait for impatience to do its work. Eala brings something else, urgency. Urgency born not of panic, but of awareness. Awareness that opportunities like this, real ones, against real names, are not obstacles. They are invitations. This is how players announce themselves, not with declarations but with resistance, with refusal. Every rally becomes a negotiation between past and future. When Eala steps inside the baseline and unloads her forehand, she is not just hitting a ball. She is insisting on relevance. When she stretches wide to keep a point alive, she is buying herself time in a sport that gives none freely. The crowd, neutral but curious, senses it too. Tennis fans always do. They recognize moments when the script might bend. Beyond the scoreline, win or lose, this match will not end when the final ball lands. That is the truth of early career encounters with greatness. They leave residue. If Eala wins, it will be framed as a breakthrough, a statement, a glimpse of what has been promised for years. If she loses, the scoreline may read like routine, but the experience will not be. She will carry it forward, the pace, the patterns, the small differences that separate contenders from champions. The draw is tough. No one denies it. But toughness is not an insult. It is a recognition. Abu Dhabi did not hand Alexandra Eala a gentle beginning. It handed her a mirror, one that reflects both how far she has come and how far she must still go. The quiet courage of showing up. There is courage in showing up to matches you are not supposed to win, in walking onto a court knowing that history stands across from you, and choosing to compete anyway. Not cautiously, not apologetically, but honestly. Eala ties her shoes. She bounces the ball. She looks up. The draw has been made. The story is no longer theoretical. Whatever happens next will be earned, point by point, under the Abu Dhabi sun, where youth meets.